Today is the 40th Canadian Police and Peace Officers Memorial Service in recognition of our recently fallen officers. In 1978, we met here for the first time with 125 uniformed officers. The murder of Ottawa Police Constable David Kirkwood on July 11, 1977, launched a response that today has become the nationally recognized ceremony honoring police and peace officers killed in the line of duty. Following Constable Kirkwood's senseless killings, Ottawa police officers vowed to keep his memory alive and to ensure that the magnitude of his sacrifice and that of others like him would never be forgotten by Canadians. Accordingly, on September 24, 1978, a special service was held on Parliament Hill. Following that first ceremony, a number of features have become tradition, and at the same time, some modifications to the event have occurred. The original ceremonies were limited to police and correctional officers killed, but that criterion was expanded in 1995 to include all peace officers so that now all areas of law enforcement are included in one ceremony. Bienvenue au 40e service commémoratif annuel des policiers et des agents de la paix canadiens. C'est en 1978 que nous nous sommes rassemblés pour la première fois en compagnie de 125 policiers et agents en uniforme. La réaction provoquée par le meurtre de l'agent David Kirkwood du service de police d'Ottawa, survenu le 11 juillet 1977, s'est transformée au fil du temps et est devenue aujourd'hui une cérémonie d'envergure nationale pour rendre hommage aux policiers, aux policières, aux agents de la paix décédés dans l'exercice de leurs fonctions. En effet, à la suite de l'assassinat injustifié de l'agent Kirkwood, les membres du service de police d'Ottawa ont promis de garder sa mémoire vivante et d'assurer également que les Canadiens et Canadiennes n'oublient jamais l'ampleur de son sacrifice, ainsi que le sacrifice de ses confrères et de ses consoeurs. Dans cet esprit, un hommage spécial a été rendu lors du premier service commémoratif sur la colline du Parlement le dimanche 24 septembre 1978. Depuis cette première cérémonie, certains éléments de l'événement sont demeurés constants, étant d'ailleurs aujourd'hui considérés comme des traditions, et certaines améliorations ont également été apportées au fil des ans. La première cérémonie commémorait uniquement les policiers et les agents professionnels décédés. En 1995, ce critère a été revu pour y inclure tous les agents et toutes les agentes de la paix, de sorte que la grande famille chargée de l'application de la loi et du maintien de l'ordre est dorénavant honorée au cours d'une même cérémonie. In addition, we also are honoring the following officers whose names have been added to our historical category. Le service d'aujourd'hui rend hommage à nos agents décédés récemment, mais nous rendons également hommage aux agents et aux agentes décédés antérieurement, dont les noms sont ajoutés à notre tableau d'honneur. Custom Inspector, Inspecteur des douanes, PERCY, Canada Border Services Agency. County Constable, Mount A. Wood. Provincial Constable, Jack Ferguson, Ontario Provincial Police. Constable Dan J. Craig. Game Warden, Agent de Conservation du Bay, S. Clark Russell. Sergeant Donald Forbes. Royal Northwest Mounted Police. Landing Waiter and Searcher, Hugh McLean, Department of Customs Canada. Landing Waiter Andrew L. Wilson, Department of Customs Canada. This year's ceremony is dedicated to the following officer. La cérémonie de cette année est dédiée à l'agent suivant. Headdress presented by Constable Caroline Letemps, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Gendarmerie royale du Canada.
Inward, turn. Cupbearer, present, headdress. Attention. Cupbearers, general salute, present, arms. Shoulder, arms. Cupbearers, move to the left, single file, left, turn. Quick, march. Parade! Order! Arms! Parade! Stand at ease!
Ladies and gentlemen, the welcome address by the Minister of Public Safety Canada and Emergency Preparedness, the Honorable Ralph Goudéa. Mesdames et Messieurs, allocution de bienvenue du ministre de la Sécurité publique et de la Protection civile, l'Honorable Ralph Goudéa.
Madam Chair, members of the Senate and the House of Commons, police officers, peace officers, families of the fallen and friends, international visitors from the United States and Ukraine, France, Italy, Slovak Republic, and beyond, distinguished guests, Mesdames et Messieurs, merci, bonjour à tous, bienvenue. C'est un grand honneur et privilège d'être ici aujourd'hui avec vous. As we gather this morning on the traditional lands of Indigenous peoples, to whom we are grateful and extend our respect, it is my great pleasure to bring you the greetings and good wishes of Prime Minister Trudeau and the Government of Canada, and indeed from all parliamentarians and all Canadians. A very warm welcome to Parliament Hill. The presence here today of every kind of police and peace officer in our country is truly fitting as we mark this year the 150th anniversary of Canadian Confederation. The caliber of Canadian law enforcement and the values that animate our police and peace officers are a reflection of the country we have built together. By global standards, ours is still a relatively small population at some 36 million people, but we are enormously complicated, beginning with indigenous peoples and then the Norse and the French and the English, explorers and settlers, and then wave after wave after wave after wave of enriching immigration. To the point today where our Canada includes every ethnicity, color, creed, and religion, 2 official languages, and many, many cultures. The diversity of the whole world mixed together unevenly, not in a melting pot, but in a vast and vibrant mosaic, and strung out sparsely across the second largest land mass on the face of the earth. From all this complexity, we together have forged an amazing country, probably the finest expression of pluralism the world has ever known. Nation building the Canadian way is a never-ending process. Canada is now and ever will be a precious work in progress that demands from all of us a keen sense of fairness and justice, a spirit of generosity, compassion, and inclusion, caring and sharing, open hearts and open minds, pride in our vast Canadian diversity, respect, understanding, and the willingness to make room for one another. These same human qualities are reflected and defended every day by police and peace officers who serve to keep Canadians safe and strive always to safeguard our rights and our freedoms. And you do so with exceptional professionalism, skill, and courage. On the occasion of Canada 150, the whole country salutes you. À l'occasion de Canada 150, le pays entier vous salue. Today, we mark both a solemn occasion and a very important milestone. 40 years ago, young David Kirkwood, a new recruit to the Ottawa Police Service, was senselessly and tragically murdered in the line of duty. It was out of respect for Officer Kirkwood and his family, and with the strong advocacy and comradeship of his fellow officers, that the first special service and tribute were held in 1978. It is in that same spirit that we mark this day every year to inspire all Canadians to respect and remember fallen police and peace officers of all kinds, to honor those who sacrificed their lives so the rest of us may enjoy the safe pursuit of ours, and to keep alive the memories of those fallen heroes by thanking their families and their loved ones. 4 decades have passed since that first annual memorial. Today, all Canadians can see the names, 871 fallen officers engraved on the glass panels in national memory, spanning Canada's history back to 1804. Constable DUBUC is one of 9 names engraved this year. Constable DUBUC was a proud RCMP officer. Remarkably, he also served as a firefighter and a paramedic. Obviously, one dedicated to putting the lives of others before his own. Je sais que tous les Canadiens se joignent à moi en exprimant nos profondes sympathies à la famille DUBUC et notre grande appréciation pour sa contribution et son sacrifice. 8 additional names of historical officers are also being added in honor this year. PERCY NOUS, Monte Wood, Jack Ferguson, Daniel J. Craig, S. Clark Russell, Donald Forbes, Hugh McLean, Andrew Wilson. We also know of the very recent death of RCMP officer Francis Duchesne, tragically killed in an accident while on duty near Memramcook, New Brunswick. Although his death is too recent for his name to be added to the honor roll this year, we share in the grief of his family, friends, and fellow officers. And on this solemn day, we also remember the pain and the suffering of peace and police officers who carry with them the hidden wounds of stress and trauma from the things they must endure as part and parcel of their very difficult jobs, the work that they are called upon to perform. And that too demands our care and respect. Every name added to an honor roll is one name too many. But the memorial tablets are here so the hundreds of thousands of Canadians who visit these grounds every year have the chance to pause here to read the names of the fallen and to reflect on the dedication of these remarkable public servants and on the calling that they represent. Your calling. You are the people who keep our streets and our playgrounds safe for our kids. The people who arrive first on the scene of all manner of emergencies. The people who organize the evacuations from disasters like fires and floods. The people who fight the scourge of drugs and organized crime. The people who run our corrections and our parole services. The people who protect our natural resources, our borders, our coastline, our critical infrastructure, our national security, and protect also our values and the way we want to live our lives. What you do and how you do it commands our deepest admiration and gratitude. The profound sacrifice of your comrades, the lives lost in the service of others, will never be forgotten. May they rest in peace as a grateful nation says thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of Customs and Immigration Union, Jean-Pierre Fortin. Mesdames et Messieurs, Jean-Pierre Fortin, Président du syndicat des douanes et de l'immigration.
Minister, fellow officers, families, and friends, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored and humbled to be here on this solemn occasion as we gather on the traditional and unceded territory of the Algonquin Nation to remember those who have fallen in the line of duty. Now, in its 40th year, the Canadian Police Officers Memorial Service continues to serve as a testament to the courage, dedication, and steadfastness of the Canadian law enforcement officers. It is also a reminder of the heavy price that sometimes paid by those who serve their community and their country. Si j'ai choisi de parler du courage, du dévouement et de la détermination des agents et agents de la paix, c'est qu'il s'agit de qualités inestimables, personnifiées avant tout par les défunts et défuntes que nous honorons aujourd'hui. Soulignons que le dévouement occupe ici une place considérable, car si le courage et la détermination sont au premier rang quand vient le temps d'affronter une situation dangereuse, c'est par le dévouement que nous choisissons de faire face à ces situations en premier lieu. Le sacrifice des 860 agents et agents dont le nom figure sur le tableau d'honneur du monument commémoratif est donc d'abord et avant tout un sacrifice ancré dans le dévouement et ceux et celles-ci à protéger et à servir leurs citoyennes et leurs citoyens, leur communauté et leur pays. As peace officers, we are dedicated to ensure the safety and the well-being of our country. This dedication to protect and serve is timeless. So must be the recognition of the sacrifices that sometimes result from it. Border Services officers have been proud to take part of the memorial service for over 30 years. But their contribution to the safety of this country goes back long before. And this year, we have the names of 3 fellow officers who years ago fell in the line of duty. Customs Inspector PERCY, who died in 1954. Landing Waiter and Searcher Hugh McLean, who died in 1881. And Landing Waiter Andrew L. Wilson, who died in 1876. Their name, along with those of other peace officers who gave their lives over the years, including RCMP Constable Richer Dubuc, who died this year, will be added to the 160 names engraved on the wall. These names remind us that law enforcement officers never cease to act in our nation's first line of defense. That role is not an easy one, and we are all too aware of its challenges. Facing these challenges serve and unite us, peace officers, and give us a common purpose. Le fardeau de l'un d'entre nous est le fardeau de tous. Notre solidarité face aux défis que nous avons en commun fait notre force. While we remain steadfast in our dedication, the challenges we face are constantly evolving. In recent years, the threat related to the proliferation of fentanyl and other opioids has become widespread and affects all of us. More than ever, we as peace officers must remain vigilant and united as we stand side by side in protecting Canadian communities from coast to coast to coast. Nous nous devons d'honorer la mémoire de ceux et celles qui nous ont donné leur vie. Let's all continue to work together to make our communities safer and more peaceful, so that sacrifices of those who came before us truly serve to build a better country. Thank you. Merci.
please stand for the opening prayer read by Reverend Ken Robert Kerr, Chaplain, the Ottawa Police Service. Veuillez vous lever pour la prière d'ouverture récitée par le révérend chanoine Robert Kerr, aumônier du service de police d'Ottawa.
Our thoughts now reach out to embrace the memory of all police and peace officers who have spent their lives and freedoms to ensure the lives and freedoms of the members of the communities entrusted to their care. They were and will always remain for us our friends, our comrades, our family. Their passing has brought us much pain and sadness. May perpetual light shine upon them, and may their souls rest in peace. Ô Seigneur notre Dieu, vous qui avez veillé sur notre naissance, pour nous accueillir dans notre bras au moment de notre mort. Soyez notre refuge et notre consolation, alors que nous pleurons la disparition de nos êtres chers. Aujourd'hui, embrassez-nous avec amour. Donnez-nous de l'espoir malgré la confusion et la grâce de nous abandonner à une vie nouvelle. Tout cela, nous vous le demandons par la puissance de votre Esprit éternel, dispensateur de vie. Amen.
Please be seated. The first reading read by Richard Stankiewicz, Ontario Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry. Veuillez vous asseoir pendant la première lecture lue par Richard Stankiewicz du ministère des Ressources naturelles et forestières de l'Ontario.
A reading from the book of Psalms. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where is my help to come? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved, and he who watches over you will not fall asleep. Behold, he who keeps watch over Israel shall never slumber nor sleep. The Lord himself watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand, so that the sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve you from all evil. It is he who shall keep you safe. The Lord shall watch over your going out and your coming in from this day forth, forevermore.
The second reading will be read by Ottawa Police Service Constable Theresa County. La deuxième lecture sera lue par la constable Theresa County, service de police d'Ottawa.
Lecture tirée du livre de la sagesse. Quant aux âmes des justes, elles sont dans la main de Dieu, et aucun tourment ne les atteindra. Aux yeux